Dealing with typical ailments and also problems, safely and effectively with natural herbs, is an area of growing passion, in addition to the emphasis on a study around the world. Learn which herbs have healing properties, as well as discover the best methods to use them. "30 medicinal plants that fight cold and flu." Astragalus. Astragalus membranaceus. In traditional Chinese medication, the natural herb astragalus is attributed with warming properties and is considered a lung restorative. It is indicated for patients with long-standing health problems and for those who are prone to recurrent infection, and also appears to improve the performance of the body immune system. To make sure that the body can much better protect itself versus pathogens, especially viruses. Astragalus is a good natural herb to try if you're exhausted and also run down and repetitively capture colds or flu since. In addition to its immune-boosting properties, it is also generally utilized to raise overall vitality and also energy. Cautions: do not use astragalus if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. BASIL Ocimum basilicum. Sweet basil is recognized for its pleasurable taste, then for its medicinal effects. Because of its mild sedative properties, herbalists commonly suggested basil as a tea for easing nervous irritability. Holy basil, an essential natural herb in Ayurvedic medicine, is utilized for a variety of complaints. Scientific study sustains its role in the management of diabetic issues, due to hypoglycemic effect and also as a helpful herb during times of stress. It might also enhance concentration and memory and, as a result of an anti-allergic effect, may be useful in treating hay fever and asthma. Cautions: do not use basil in greater than culinary quantities if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Marshmallow Althaea officinalis. Marshmallow root and leaf are utilized for pain and inflammation of the mucous membranes that line the respiratory tract. They are additionally utilized for dry coughing, inflammation of the lining of the stomach, diarrhea, constipation, stomach ulcers, stones in the urinary tract, and urinary tract inflammation. Cautions: marshmallows may hinder the absorption of various other medications, so separate dosages by 2 hours. Do not take marshmallow if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Ginger. Zingiber officinale. Ginger has been scientifically verified as a safe, efficient treatment for the prevention and treatment of queasiness. It can benefit various other gastrointestinal symptoms, such as indigestion, colic, and flatulence. It is generally utilized to alleviate numerous problems associated with cold symptoms, as well as period discomfort, cold hands and feet, joint inflammation, as well as rheumatism. It may additionally assist protect the blood vessels and heart by preventing the formation of blood clots and also decreasing cholesterol levels. Bergamot, Monarda didyma. Bergamot has been used medicinally to alleviate flatulence and also colic and lower fevers. It is deemed to have thymol, an essential oil substance that is also discovered in thyme, as well as marjoram, and also explains the soothing effect that the plant has on the gastrointestinal system. Cautions: do not use bergamot if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Black pepper. Piper nigrum. Black pepper is taken into consideration as an essential healing flavor in Ayurveda. Along with long pepper and ginger, it creates the natural preparation called trikatu, an important ingredient in lots of Ayurvedic solutions. It has antioxidant properties and cleansing, as well as it is a bioavailability booster. It aids to deliver the benefits of various other herbs to the different parts of the body. It helps the free circulation of oxygen to the brain, helps improve food digestion and blood circulation, boosts the appetite, and also aids maintain respiratory tract health, as well as the health of the joints. Yarrow Achillea millefolium. Yarrow is high in flavonoids and also has anti-inflammatory and antispasmodic properties, which may assist when you're dealing with a cough. When made as tea, it's a renowned English treatment for colds and influenza. Cautions. Don't use yarrow if you are allergic to members of the Asteraceae family of plants, for example, chicory, daisies, echinacea, and chrysanthemums. Do not take yarrow if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Garlic. Allium sativum. Regular intake of garlic, a powerful all-natural antibiotic, can help to avoid and treat infections of the lungs, as well as is a typical treatment for coughings and colds. In vitro research has actually shown that garlic and also several of its constituents have broad-spectrum activity versus a variety of disease-causing organisms, consisting of strains of the virus that causes flu. Garlic also aids battle colds and influenza by boosting the activity of immune cells, and also when taken prophylactically, that is, as preventative medication, may assist protect you from catching a cold. Garlic generates a variety of valuable effects on the cardiovascular system, many of which have actually been verified by scientific tests. Garlic supplementation has been shown to lower cholesterol levels, avoid the hardening of arteries, and lessen the danger of blood clot formation. Cautions. Do not use garlic in greater than culinary quantities if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Thyme. Thymus vulgaris. The essential oil of thyme is considered one of nature's most powerful antimicrobial compounds, so herbalists typically prescribe the plant to help deal with respiratory tract infections, such as colds, flu, tonsillitis, and also laryngitis. It also has antispasmodic properties, so it can be used to help in reducing coughing. Cautions. Do not take thyme if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Peppermint. Mentha piperita. Using peppermint oil to the temple and forehead has been scientifically verified to be as efficient as paracetamol for the alleviation of tension headaches. This impact takes place really swiftly. A substantial reduction in the headache's intensity might be kept in mind as quickly as 15 minutes after the oil has actually been used. Cautions. Do not apply peppermint oil to the skin if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Eucalyptus, Eucalyptus globulus. The essential oil from eucalyptus leaves has substantial antibacterial as well as antiviral effects. Eucalyptus essential oil is used today as a prominent remedy for upper respiratory system infections, primarily as a decongestant for catarrhal conditions. It is typically made use of as external preparation, in the form of a chest rub, or as an inhalant with a few drops added to a vaporizer. Internal use of the essential oil is not recommended except in commercial prep work, such as cough lozenges and also coughing blends, in which the oil is present in a diluted form. Topical use of the oil includes a cold sore treatment. It is also a common ingredient in a variety of ointments, used to soothe muscle aches as well as joint pain. Cautions. Do not use eucalyptus if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Elderberry. Sambucus canadensis. Elderflowers are used to treat upper respiratory system infections with fevers or sinus blockage. The berries have long been utilized to make cordials as well as red wines, but a recent study in Israel has established that a commercial preparation of elderberries, standardized for its content or anthocyanins, the purple compounds that give the berries their color, assists soothe the symptoms of flu, and also shorten the period of the infection. The scientists in Israel assume that the extract works by altering the surface of the virus, preventing it from holding in the body. Cautions. Do not use elderberry if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Perilla. Perilla frutescens. Perilla is frequently recommended with other natural herbs for the therapy of respiratory system problems, including colds, flu, and coughs, and also to ease symptoms triggered by poor digestion function, such as the lack of appetite, nausea, and bloating. Perilla is also used effectively for the management of hay fever and dermatitis. It is a vital component in the compo herbal formula, called cibocudo, a prominent treatment that is utilized for a number of allergic problems. Laboratory study has actually confirmed substantial anti-allergic, as well as anti-inflammatory effects of Primula extracts. Clinical tests have generated encouraging outcomes for the use of oral preparations of Primula for the relief of hay fever symptoms, consisting of watery, itching eyes. Additional researches have also recorded enhancements in the symptoms of allergic dermatitis with the use of a topical Primula cream. Cautions: do not use Primula in greater than culinary quantities if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Sage. Salvia officinalis. Particular compounds in sage have been documented as having antimicrobial properties, which might aid to clarify the natural herb's typical use as a gargle for sore throats and also tonsillitis. Cautions: although safe when used as a culinary spice, do not take sage medicinally if you are pregnant or nursing. MULLEIN Verbascum thapsus. Mullein has been around for thousands of years. Its leaves and also flowers have been used for numerous conditions, including coughing and various other respiratory system conditions. It's available as tinctures, teas, pills, and also elixirs. It's usually considered risk-free with a couple of reports of side effects. Mullein oil has been used for earaches and some skin diseases. The study has been done on the potential benefits of mullein, yet the majority of the studies are carried out in the laboratory. Not nearly enough human studies reveal the healing effects of this herb. Cautions: not for use during pregnancy or lactation. If you have a medical condition or take pharmaceutical drugs, please consult your doctor prior to use. Feverfew. Tanacetum parthenium. Feverfew is one of the most popular natural herbs for dealing with headaches, and also one that migraine sufferers discover specifically effective. If taken over several months, it reduces the frequency of migraines, as well as decreases symptoms, such as headache, queasiness, and vomiting, along with reduces the duration of the attacks. Cautions: do not take feverfew if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Chamomile. Chamomile nobile. The dried flowers of chamomile contain several terpenoids as well as flavonoids, contributing to its medicinal properties. Chamomile preparations are commonly utilized for lots of human conditions, such as hay fever, inflammation, muscle spasms, menstrual problems, sleeping disorders, ulcers, wounds, gastrointestinal disorders, rheumatic pain, and hemorrhoids. Cautions: do not take chamomile if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Red clover. Trifolium prodens. Red clover is a dark pink herbaceous plant, originating from Europe, Asia, as well as North Africa. Plus, it's now prominent throughout South America as a fodder plant to enhance soil quality. Red clover is widely used as a conventional medication to treat the weakening of bones, cardiovascular disease, arthritis, skin disorders, cancer, respiratory troubles like asthma, and females' health and wellness issues, such as menstruation and menopausal symptoms. Cautions: do not take red clover isoflavones if you are taking warfarin or anticoagulant medication. Do not take red clover if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Oregano. Origanum bulgare. Infusion of oregano is a helpful treatment for feverish conditions, and additionally for testing coughs, colds, as well as flu. Traditionally, oregano is also considered as a natural herb for the digestive tract. It alleviates flatulence and also enhances digestion, in addition to deals with intestinal tract infections, because of a strong antiseptic effect. The essential oil of oregano has actually been revealed to possess powerful antimicrobial and also antioxidant properties, primarily due to the existence of the constituents thymol, as well as carvacrol. Some commercial oregano oil products have actually been utilized to deal with a variety of conditions, including respiratory system and also gastrointestinal infections, although considerable clinical evidence verifying its effectiveness is lacking. Medicinally, sweet marjoram is used mainly in the form of its essential oil, which is used topically to alleviate headaches, sore muscles, as well as rheumatic pain. As an external solution, it can also eliminate catarrhal problems of the lung, gastrointestinal colic, flatulence, as well as period pain. Cautions: do not use oregano in greater than culinary quantities, or the essential oils of oregano, internally or externally, if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Echinacea, Echinacea purpurea. Laboratory studies into numerous different Echinacea species, as well as constituents, isolated from the plant, have actually recognized a variety of immunological results, and also appear to verify the herb's usage to sustain immunity. Echinacea is commonly used to fight infections, specifically the common cold, the flu, and other upper respiratory system infections. Some people take Echinacea at the initial sign of a cold, wishing they will certainly be able to keep the cold from developing. Other people take Echinacea after cold signs and symptoms have actually begun, hoping they can make symptoms much less serious. Cautions: do not use Echinacea if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Marjoram, Origanum majorana. Marjoram, also referred to as sweet marjoram, is a fragrant herb in the mint family members that have actually been grown in the Mediterranean, North Africa, and also Western Asia for hundreds of years. While comparable to oregano, it has a milder flavor and is typically utilized to garnish salads, soups, and also meat dishes. It's especially powerful when dried, yet can also be utilized fresh. What's more, marjoram has been revealed to have numerous anti-inflammatory, as well as antimicrobial properties. It has been used medicinally to assist treat a selection of disorders, including gastrointestinal issues, infections, as well as agonizing menstruation. Cautions: do not take marjoram if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Licorice root, Glycyrrhiza glabra. Licorice root is just one of the most scientifically researched natural medications of our time, and investigations are confirming much of its traditional usages, which date back to old times. A common active ingredient in numerous respiratory system remedies, for its soothing impacts as well as the ability to expel mucus, licorice is utilized to deal with coughings, bronchitis, and catarrhal lung conditions. A compound called glycyrrhizin, which is responsible for the healing effects of licorice on gastrointestinal ulcers and inflammatory conditions of the digestive system. It also acts as a tonic for the adrenal glands, so licorice is usually suggested as a supportive remedy in times of stress and fatigue. Cautions: do not take licorice root if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. COWSLIP Primula veris. Both the flowers and also roots of cowslip have actually been utilized medicinally over time. The flowers are a lot more commonly related to relaxing and sedative properties, and are utilized to treat sleeping disorders, as well as restlessness. They can also act as a useful supportive treatment in times of stress and anxiety. Cowslip is also typically utilized to ease catarrhal congestion and irritable coughs, connected with some respiratory conditions, such as bronchitis. Cautions: do not use cowslip if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Lemongrass, Cymbopogon citratus. Lemongrass tea was commonly used to treat indigestions, as well as to alleviate stomach aches, cramping, and vomiting. It was also used for a variety of other conditions, including coughing, high temperatures, high blood pressure, and also fatigue. Lemongrass has also commonly been considered to have pain-relieving effects, and has actually been utilized internally as an infusion for nerve and rheumatic discomfort. Applied as a topical solution, lemongrass and also its essential oil can reduce the pain of headaches, abdominal discomfort, painful joints and muscles, and neuralgia. Cautions: do not use lemongrass in greater than culinary quantities if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. EYEBRIGHT Euphrasia Officinalis. EYEBRIGHT is commonly used for respiratory problems, with watery discharges, so it's an optimal herb to take when you are experiencing hay fever symptoms, such as constant sneezing, a runny nose, and irritated or watery eyes. It can also be used for colds and influenza, with similar symptoms. Cautions. Do not use EYEBRIGHT if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. CATNIP Nepeta. An excellent remedy for kids, catnip aids to deal with feverish conditions, and its antispasmodic properties relieve flatulence and also colic. It is a mild sedative, and can lower the sensitivity to the pain of teething, as well as improve irritability. Catnip can also be utilized to deal with the symptoms of colds, flu, digestive bloating, queasiness, and cramping in grown-ups, as well as it is especially effective when stress is a contributing factor. Cautions. Do not use catnip if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Lemon balm. Melissa officinalis. Lemon balm's mild sedative and mood-enhancing impacts are typically utilized to treat insomnia, uneasiness, anxiety, and depression. It is also fit to conditions of the gastrointestinal tract, as well as can help with flatulence, spasm, and queasiness, particularly when these are intensified by durations of anxiety, as well as stress. Recent scientific studies have shown that lemon balm has antiviral effects, and also topical preparations of the herb have been utilized to soothe the symptoms of cold sores, which are caused by the herpes virus. Cautions. Do not use lemon balm if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Hyssop. Hyssopus officinalis. Hyssop has a remarkable series of medicinal properties. It is specifically matched to relieve problems of the respiratory tract and is connected with antibacterial and also antiviral activity, assisting the removal of catarrh and relieving fevers. Hyssop is for that reason often suggested for colds, flu, feverish conditions, bronchitis, and also coughs. Hyssop is also deemed to have a calming effect on the nerves, and also can aid with reducing stress and anxiety. It has been utilized to assist bring on delayed periods, particularly when the reason is due to stress as well as tension. Modern research suggests that as a topical agent, hyssop may help combat herpes infections, such as a cold sore. Cautions. Do not use hyssop if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Horseradish, Armoracia rusticana. Horseradish is antimicrobial as well as serves as a nasal, sinus, and also bronchial decongestant, making it a popular solution for colds and also respiratory tract infections. Its disinfectant properties and also diuretic impact have actually also been utilized to deal with urinary tract infections. Cautions. Do not use horseradish in greater than culinary quantities if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Valerian. Valeriana officinalis. You don't need a cold and flu medicine for nighttime symptoms to obtain a good night's sleep with a cold. All you need is a cup of valerian root tea. Results from multiple studies indicate that valerian may reduce the amount of time it takes to fall asleep and help you sleep better. This natural sleep aid is non-addictive, as well as has no known negative effects. Cautions. Do not take valerian if you are pregnant or breastfeeding.